Have you ever stopped to think about how your daily routine might sound if it were told like a story? Imagine waking up not just to an alarm, but to the soft hum that stirs your senses, or walking to school with the morning air brushing your face like a gentle whisper. In this journey, every ordinary action transforms into something vivid and memorable. Today, we'll uncover how the most routine moments, brushing teeth, eating breakfast, catching the bus, can become rich, expressive experiences in English. Let's dive into this narrative together and discover how simple phrases can unlock a whole new world of language. Passionately, Hoi Chat GPT. Have you ever noticed how the start of your day sets the tone for everything that follows? It's not just about getting out of bed and brushing your teeth, it's about how those moments make you feel. What if you could describe those ordinary actions in English in a way that feels almost poetic, almost cinematic? Let's begin with the very first chapter of your day, your morning routine. And as we walk through it together, let's learn how to make your English not just correct, but captivating. Instead of simply saying, I wake up, try this. I stir awake to the gentle hum of my alarm, the soft vibration gently nudging me into the new day. You see how that adds emotion? Now we're not just waking up, we're setting the stage for a beautiful day ahead. As your eyes flutter open, you take in the silence that surrounds you. The world hasn't fully woken up yet. It's just you, the faint light of dawn and the possibilities that lie ahead. Next, imagine not just getting out of bed, but stretching with intention. I let out a luxurious stretch, reaching toward the ceiling as the last traces of sleep fade away. This is no longer just a movement, it's an awakening, a signal to your body and mind that it's time to rise. Your feet find their way into the warm embrace of your favorite slippers, those tiny comforts that start your day just right. Then comes the quiet walk to the bathroom, with the soft click of the light switch welcoming your eyes. I greet my reflection with a hopeful smile, silently promising myself to do my best today. That moment in the mirror isn't about vanity, it's about presence. You're showing up for yourself. As you brush your teeth, the cool mint awakens your senses, and the splash of cold water across your face feels like a reset, a fresh start. Next, it's time to get ready. Not just put on clothes, but I curate my outfit with thought, choosing each piece to reflect how I want to feel today. You're dressing not just your body, but your mood. You tuck in your sheets, fluff your pillows, and open the window. The morning breeze flows in, crisp and refreshing, brushing against your skin like a quiet encouragement. And just like that, your morning becomes more than a checklist. It becomes a ritual of self-care, self-expression, and self-preparation. With every phrase you learn to say in English, I stir awake, I greet my reflection, I curate my outfit, you're not only building language skills, you're telling your story with depth and clarity. So, are you ready to transform your mornings and your English? Let's continue. After preparing both your body and mind for the day ahead, it's time to nourish yourself with something just as essential. Breakfast. But let's not rush through it like just another task. Just like your morning stretch, or that moment in the mirror, breakfast can be a beautifully described experience, one that brings warmth, energy, and comfort, all through English. Instead of saying, I go to the kitchen, let's bring it to life. I wander into the kitchen, greeted by the rich, inviting aroma of freshly brewed coffee drifting through the air. Can you smell it? This isn't just a movement through a hallway. It's a sensory moment that wraps you in familiarity and calm. As you glide open the fridge, you don't just grab the milk. I retrieve the milk carton, cool to the touch, and pour it into a tall glass in one smooth, practiced motion. The sound of the milk hitting the glass, the way you return the carton to its home, these simple actions become a performance of care and presence. Then you move to prepare your favorite cereal. I crank open the cupboard, selecting my favorite sturdy bowl and spoon. I cascade cereal into the bowl, flaky pieces tumbling like a soft rain, before letting the milk swirl around them. Just imagine the crunch, the chill, the texture. It's no longer just eating, you're savoring a moment of stillness before the busyness begins. Now you settle at your table, maybe by the window, and soak in the calm. I savor each bite slowly, chewing mindfully as sunlight spills onto the table. I sip my milk, the coolness soothing my throat, and feel a gentle warmth settle in my belly. This is your time, a moment where comfort meets intention. But breakfast isn't only about food, it's also about how you feel afterward. Once I finish, I ferry my dishes to the sink and begin to scrub. I feel the suds on my fingers and watch the water carry away the traces of my meal. With a final rinse, the bowl gleams once more. Even in these quiet tasks, there's a sense of pride, a sense of readiness, a clean table, a clean bowl, a clear mind. I wipe the table spotless with a damp cloth, watching it shine. This simple act always gives me a small sense of accomplishment. With that final wipe, you're ready to begin your day's journey, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You've not only nourished your body, you've elevated your language. So let's recap the magic phrases from this part of the day. I wander into the kitchen. I cascade cereal into the bowl. I savor each bite. I scrub the dishes until they gleam. I wipe the table spotless. Repeat them slowly, feel their rhythm. You're not just learning English, you're telling your story, with flavor, with feeling, and with confidence. Let's continue. With the last bite of breakfast savored and the final dish gleaming in the sink, it's time to shift gears. You've awakened your body, nourished your soul, now you prepare to step into the world. But again, this isn't just grabbing your things and going, it's an act of intention, of gearing up both practically and emotionally for the day ahead. You don't just pack your bag, you strategize its contents. I carefully slide in my notebook, ensuring it lies flat beside my trusty pen and pencil. Each item has its place, like pieces of a well-thought-out plan. Before you leave, you double-check everything: keys, schedule, materials. There's a quiet sense of satisfaction in knowing you're ready. Then, the final steps begin. I lace up my shoes with a practiced flick, the loops neat and secure. I don my jacket and feel its familiar weight settle on my shoulders. It's like putting on a layer of purpose. You reach for the front door. The moment is small but powerful. I unlatch the front door, and as it opens, the morning air greets me with a cool, refreshing touch against my face. It's the world calling you forward, inviting you into its rhythm. You begin your walk. Maybe it's quiet, maybe the streets are buzzing. Either way, your steps have meaning. I stroll to the bus stop, observing the quiet stirrings of the neighborhood. A bird chirps, a neighbor waters her plants. These small scenes make up the backdrop of my daily journey. As you arrive at the stop, you're not alone. I spot other early birds, some familiar. I offer a small nod, a silent gesture of shared routine. The bus appears, like clockwork. Its rumble is comforting now, part of the pattern you've come to know. I ascend the bus steps, steady and smooth, and quickly claim my favorite window seat. Settling in, I let my body relax. And here comes your favorite part. I plug in my earphones and immerse myself in a podcast. As the vehicle glides along the road, I listen intently, letting the words wash over me like morning sunshine through glass. This commute isn't just transportation, it's transformation. It's the gentle bridge between home and the world, comfort and ambition. Now let's practice these rich, expressive phrases together. I strategize my bag's contents. I lace up my shoes. I unlatch the front door. I stroll to the bus stop. I ascend the bus steps. I immerse myself in a podcast. Say each slowly. Picture them clearly. These aren't just sentences, they're steps in your story. Each one prepares you for the next chapter of the day, where learning, connection, and growth await. Let's continue walking that path together. As the podcast fades and the bus slows to a stop, you gather your thoughts. The calm of the ride has prepared you, and now it's time to step into the heart of your day, school. But this isn't just a building, it's a place where curiosity comes alive, friendships grow, and learning shapes who you become. Let's describe it not just as a location, but as an experience you live, one sentence at a time. I disembark from the bus and take a steady breath, greeted by the familiar buzz of the morning crowd. You walk through the school gates, surrounded by energy. Some students chatting, others rushing, teachers preparing. I navigate the corridors, my footsteps purposeful, my mind focused on what lies ahead. Suddenly, you spot a friend. We exchange warm greetings and quick smiles, sharing a burst of laughter before parting ways. It's small moments like these that bring comfort and connection to your day. You reach your classroom, open the door and step in. I settle into my desk, the surface cool beneath my hands. I unfurl my notebook and ready my pen, my tools for discovery. And then the class begins. The teacher sweeps into the room, her presence strong yet kind. She greets us warmly, and we echo back in unison, "Good morning!" This is where the real magic begins. As the lesson unfolds, your mind becomes a sponge. I absorb the teacher's words, letting each new idea settle like sunlight through a window. You don't just take notes, you capture thoughts, connect ideas, and shape understanding. Sometimes a question sparks in your mind, you raise your hand. I pose a thoughtful question, my voice clear. The teacher nods, her response illuminating, and I feel a surge of clarity. In that moment, you're not just learning, you're engaging, growing, participating. You keep writing, focused and calm. I strive to grasp every concept, smiling as I make sense of new challenges. Time flows quickly when you're absorbed, and soon your stomach gives a gentle reminder. It's nearly break time. Now, let's reflect and practice a few expressive sentences from this part of your day. I navigate the corridors. I exchange warm greetings. I unfurl my notebook. I absorb the teacher's words. I pose a thoughtful question. I strive to grasp every concept. Say each line slowly, clearly. Let the words paint a picture, not just of what you do, but how it feels to learn, to connect, to grow. School isn't just about textbooks or tests. It's where your story takes shape, one idea at a time. You've started your day strong, but we're just getting to the best part. Let's continue this journey through the day with curiosity, with confidence, and with your English shining a little brighter. After diving deep into the world of learning, grasping new ideas, exchanging smiles with friends, and asking thoughtful questions, the school bell chimes again. But this time, it doesn't signal the start of a lesson. It invites you to pause, breathe, and refresh. It's break time, and even in this short interval, there's beauty, laughter, and learning worth capturing in words. I rise from my seat and stretch my limbs, shaking off the stillness of the classroom. You stroll outside with your friends, the sun warming your face, the breeze brushing your hair. We perch on a sunny bench and chat animatedly, our voices light, our laughter genuine. These aren't just conversations, they're moments of connection, of belonging. Your stomach grumbles, time to refuel. I unzip my lunchbox and devour a hearty sandwich, savoring every bite, then sip cool juice that soothes my throat. There's something comforting about these small, shared rituals, the sound of wrappers, the clinking of bottles, the shared joy of a good meal. Then, just as quickly, the bell calls again. I rise and make my way back to the classroom, reclaiming my seat, ready to rejoin the academic rhythm. The afternoon unfolds with more learning. I listen intently, scribbling notes, solving problems, and occasionally collaborating with classmates. Two minds tackling a challenge together. Sometimes you lend a hand, sometimes you ask for one. Either way, there's growth. As the final class draws to a close, a gentle tiredness settles in. Not exhaustion, but the pleasant ache of a day lived well. The bell chimes once more, school's out. I bundle up my belongings and wave goodbye to my friends. The journey home begins. I await the arrival of my bus, scanning the road ahead. When it appears, I climb aboard and sink into my seat, the familiar sway of the bus soothing my senses. You close your eyes for a moment, or maybe you watch the world roll by. It's a quiet time to reflect. I disembark near my home and meander down the familiar path, each step bringing me closer to the comfort of my space. You open the door, step inside, and kick off your shoes with a sigh of relief, feeling the soft floor beneath your feet. You've made it through the day. Let's review the beautiful language you can use to tell this part of your story. I perch on a sunny bench. I devour a hearty sandwich. I reclaim my seat. I collaborate with classmates. I bundle up my belongings. I meander home slowly. I kick off my shoes. Say these aloud. Feel them. Each phrase is more than a sentence. It's a brushstroke in the portrait of your day. You've learned, laughed, and lived through each hour. But your story isn't over yet. Let's explore how the rest of your evening unfolds, with purpose, peace, and a bit more English magic.